Hello guys, how are you all? Right, again meeting you after a long time. So Osama Sheikh, good evening Osama. Fun mode, good evening. Yash Desai, good evening. And Anand Prakash, good evening Anand. How are you all? Right. So is there anyone to join or shall we start? Thank you, Yash. Hello Dikshita, hi. Right. So good evening Sam. Good evening. So new concepts, right? New subject, new concepts. Right, so the subject which we'll be discussing today is completely pediatrics. Okay, hi Divya. So we shall be discussing pediatrics, however, right, and we shall, what I planned is, we shall not directly dive into the topics and start discussing from the neonatology and all. So what my plan is, I wanted to start from the basic, complete basic. Okay, so right, the day of fertilization, from that time itself, I wanted to start and teach the entire pediatrics completely conceptually. So I hope you would like it. Sukhdev, good evening, Sukhdev. Right. So all of you are having holidays now. You are on holidays, or the college is going on. I hope right now it is a vacation for all of you, right? Yeah, I know few of the students here who are having vacation. Janathan Shankar, good evening, Janathan. So what are you doing in your holidays, guys? Are you working hard? Yeah, you're studying something daily, or daily you're enjoying? Yes, 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 this I definitely I'll continue to teach those subjects as well, okay? Good evening, Nagesh. Saini, good evening. Good evening, Saini. You're preparing for FMGE. Very good, very good. So when you're preparing for FMGE, one thing I'm telling you that you have less time, right? I don't recommend you to study each subject detailedly, okay? Study only those things which are very important for you, okay? Very important for you. Good evening, good evening. Right, guys. So shall we start now? Shall we start? You see, the baby is sleeping here. Before the baby wakes up, we'll finish up all the topics, okay? So our topics of discussion would be normal growth and its disorders. Now, before I start on with this topic, right, guys, are you all ready? You're all ready, right? Nitish, yes. Yeah. Let me have a green signal and then I'll start. Yeah, done. So, so let us start, guys. Let us start now. Now, in this 1.5 hour of our time, right, we shall discuss as many things are possible. I'll discuss how to calculate the weight, height, head and chest circumference, right? So let us not directly go into the formulas. So directly when you'll go to the formulas when you're preparing for an exam, right? So right now you have to know all the basics. So we shall discuss everything with the concepts, okay? But anyways, I'll try to give you formulas also. So we'll apply that also. We'll do some mathematics also, everything, right? So hi Ina Singh. Right. So regarding the normal growth and development, one very important thing I want to tell you is that great scientists find great people, right, who are giving more contribution. Yes or no? So this can be a statement or a quote for you, right? But for all of us, it has to be like a mnemonic. Okay. So what is a mnemonic, guys? The mnemonic which I'm going to tell you in the starting of the topic, and I'll tell you how to apply it as well. So great scientists find great people who make marvelous things, who make marvelous contributions, make marvelous contributions, right? I don't think so this is very difficult to remember. Actually, why did I write this? This is a mnemonic for what are the factors that are affecting the growth. Okay, so first of all we shall start on discussing, and again one request is that I want all of you to be active in the session. Okay, I want all of you to be active in the session. Hi Geeta. Right. So let us discuss what are the factors that are affecting the growth. Okay, what are the factors that are affecting the growth? Now, all of you know, guys, when I tell great, G stands for the first factor. What will be the first factor? Tell me. Everyone know in every pathology, the first factor is always and always genetic, right? So the first factor is nothing but genetic potential. Genetic potential. Second important thing. When it comes to the second important thing, scientist, yes, S stands for sex. Sex also plays a very important role in affecting the growth. वो वाला sex नहीं, sex मतलब male and female differentiation. Okay, during the time of birth, ठीक है? During the time of birth, the boys are taller and heavier in comparison with the girls. Okay, so again I'm telling, during the time of the birth, at the time of the birth, the boys are taller and heavier in comparison with the girls. Coming to the third important thing is great scientists find. F stands for what? From here the real topic starts, that is fetal hormones. Fetal hormones. Now guys, tell me, what are the fetal hormones which are responsible for the growth? Very fastly. Yes. What are the fetal hormones which are responsible for the growth? Whatever you know, just tell me whatever you know. I know 3 hormones. Okay? Let us see how many hormones you know. So the fetal hormones, the fetal hormones which are responsible for the growth. I'm talking about the growth. Okay, right. Anyways, there are 3 fetal hormones that are very important for the growth. Okay, so one of these fetal hormones, one is called as thyroxine, another one is called as insulin, और तीसरा है glucocorticoids. Okay, thyroxine, insulin and glucocorticoids. Out of these 3, thyroxine and insulin are responsible for the growth of the fetus. Okay, for the growth of the fetus, and glucocorticoids are responsible for the maturation. For the maturation of what? Maturation of the organs. Okay, so there are 3 important hormones. Very good pilot Saini, very good. 3 important hormones. One is your thyroxine, okay, another one is your insulin, and third one is your glucocorticoids. Glucocorticoids matlab your cortisol, the steroids, right? So thyroxine and insulin are responsible for the growth of the fetus. They are responsible for the growth of the fetus, whereas glucocorticoids are responsible for organ maturation. Organ maturation. Okay, so 3 things so far we discussed: genetic potential, sex or fetal hormones. Or fourth important thing, G stands for what does G stand for, guys? G stands for growth factors. Growth factors play a really very important role. Growth factors. I will write down the list of growth factors. Okay? If you want to remember, you remember, or else no. Why? Because as we will be discussing all the pediatrics, you will come across a number of growth factors. Even in pathology, physiology, also you'll come across a number of growth factors. Okay, but if you want to remember the growth factors, right, at a time, the simple method is, remember like this. You eat to grow, obviously. So I eat tasty pizza. I eat tasty pizza, right? Now what does I stand for? I stands for insulin like growth factor 1 and insulin like growth factor 2. Insulin like growth factor 2. Okay, so these are the 2 growth factors. I hope you know this. Next, E stands for what? Can anyone tell what does E stand for? E stands for which growth factor? Very good, very good. E stands for epidermal growth factor. E stands for what? Epidermal growth factor. Epidermal growth factor. Next, third important thing, T stands for what? T stands for transforming growth factor. TGF. TGF मतलब क्या? Transforming growth factor. Transforming growth factor. Right? अभी ये देखो. There are two transforming growth factors. ठीक है? One is called transforming growth factor alpha and the other one is called as transforming growth factor beta. अभी difference क्या है? Transforming growth factor alpha promotes the growth, whereas transforming growth factor beta is an inhibitory growth factor. Okay, that is an inhibitory growth factor, and this one, the alpha one, it promotes the growth. Okay, so all of you, if you are writing notes, है ना, bracket में ये भी लिख लो कि transforming growth factor beta जो है, that is called as an inhibitory growth factor. ठीक है? Now, coming on to the fourth important thing, tasty pizza. Pizza stands for PDGF, platelet derived growth factor, right? Platelet derived growth factor. So these are some of the growth. Actually, there are much more growth factors like fibroblast growth factor and all, but these are some of the 4 important growth factors which you need to know. Okay, so what are those, guys? Insulin like growth factor, epidermal growth factor, transforming, as well as platelet derived growth factor. So I hope till here all of you are clear. Actually, this is all the part which you have to just remember it. I don't think so it is difficult for you to remember it. Okay. Next, we have got P and M. What does P and M stand for? P stands for placental factors. M stand for maternal factors. So, क्या है ये placental factors or maternal factors and how are they affecting the growth? Okay. So, fifth important thing is placental factors. Can anyone tell me what is that? Can anyone tell me one important placental factor which affects the growth? Yeah. One important placental factor which affects the growth. You tell me, you give me the example in the comment. By the time I'll write the heading as maternal factors also. Jaldi, fatafat, jaldi batao. What are the placental factors? Yes. Praveen Kumar, Nagesh, Saini, Anand Prakash, Divya Bharti. What happened? Right. Okay, fine. No problem. Let me tell you what are the placental factors, right? Now, all of you just look at this picture over here. Let us say this is the developing fetus, right? Now, this is the uterus. Now, within this uterus, let us say that here we have got our fetus. Okay, this is our fetus. This is our fetus which is developing, right? And all of you know that here we have got placenta. This is called as placenta, and placenta is attached to the fetus. All of you know that, है ना? And next important thing you should know that placenta के अंदर जो vessels है ना, these are called as placental vessels. Yes or no? So this is just a rough picture of the placental vessels. Now, how does placenta help in the growth, right? They determine the growth is that, for example, if there is some thrombus within the placenta, okay? Why should be there a thrombus within the placenta? For example, mother is diabetic, okay? अगर mother diabetic है, तो क्या होगा? The blood glucose levels will increase. You know, whenever the blood glucose levels increase, there is a high chance of blood clots forming in the body. Right? So hyperglycemia is a hypercoagulability state. Yes or no? So blood clots जो form हो जाएगा ना, these blood clots when they enter into the placental vessels, they obstruct the placental vessels. अगर placental vessels को obstruct किया, do you think sufficient amount of oxygen and nutrients will be supplied for the baby? No. So here placental factors, one of the placental factor is playing a role in the development of the baby. Yes or no? So later on, as we will be discussing, we shall discuss much more factors, okay? But for now, this is the one thing you have to know, as this is just an introduction, whatever I'm telling. Now, when it comes to maternal factors, okay, the first important maternal factor is nutrient supply. Is nutrient supply. For example, if mother is not taking enough amount of nutrients, do you think enough amount of nutrients will be supplied to the fetus? No. If they are not supplied to the fetus, obviously there will be growth retardation. Second important thing जो है advanced maternal age. Can anyone tell advanced maternal age मतलब क्या? What is the number of advanced maternal age? Yeah. Come on guys, I want you to comment, actively involve in the class. By the time, if this was anatomy or micro session, I don't know, people used to keep on commenting, keep on commenting. Now, why are you not commenting for pediatrics? I don't know. Yeah. Not above 42, not above 32, not above 40. Very good, Yash. Very good, Vikas Jadhav, very good. More than or equal to 35 years or more than 35 years, right? So that is called as advanced maternal age. At that age, if a woman wants to conceive, right? If she wants a baby, then the baby is at a higher risk of what? The mother is at a higher risk of giving birth to a premature baby or a preterm baby. Okay. So second important risk factor is advanced maternal age. Advanced maternal age. Advanced maternal age is more than or equal to 35 years. Okay. Now, third important thing is multiple previous gestations. Multiple previous gestations matlab, can anyone? Multiple previous gestations. Multiple previous gestations. What do you mean by multiple previous gestations? Gestations of more than 5. Okay, if a woman, she already had more than 5 pregnancies in a history, right, and now she wants a 6th baby, so it means she is under a high risk of delivering to an abnormal baby, which means a preterm infant. Okay, more than 5 because, right, actually when I was working in the hospital, I came across a case, right? So I was observing a woman, and it was her 5th delivery. It was her 5th delivery, and I asked her, why you need 5 babies? Now she told that she loves children, right? Now I called her husband, right, along with the children, and there were 4 children. 4 of them were girls. That is the main reason. अब उसका एज देखो 1 2 3 4 है ना, मतलब he did not rest, even she did not rest these 4 years, है ना. And what does he do? He's an auto driver. So he bought an auto to take his own children anywhere he wanted to go. So that is a thing. So multiple, obviously the 5th child who was born also is a girl, right? Now fourth important thing is anemia. Right? Anemia is one of the maternal factors. Yes or no? 5th important thing is hypertension. One is called as hypertension. Can anyone tell what is the name given for hypertension in pregnancy? Yeah? Hypertension of the pregnancy. Guys, we are discussing complete basics. Very good, Varun. Very good. Preeclampsia, right? So pregnancy induced hypertension is nothing but called as preeclampsia. So the basic definition, if you want to remember, anyways in the OBGYN they'll teach you. Definition is blood pressure more than 140/90 on 2 separate occasions. Okay? This is one definition. Or blood pressure more than 160/110 along with proteinuria. This is also called as preeclampsia. But whatever it is, now what you need to remember is hypertension during pregnancy is also a very important risk factor which affects the growth of the baby, right? Now, sixth important thing is infections. Obviously, infections play a very important role. So, very good, fun mode, very good, Anjana, very good. So overall, what I'm telling you guys, there are 2 important factors, placental as well as maternal factors. In maternal factors, you have got nutrient supply, advanced maternal age, multiple previous gestations, anemia, hypertension, as well as infections, right? Now, Yeah, very good, Saini. Saini is telling torch infections. Very good. Yes, torch infections. Okay. Now, after that, the next important thing we shall discuss is what is that? Chromosomes, right? The next important discussion we'll have about chromosomes. Now, all of you know this thing that chromosomes also affect a very important role. They play a very important role, right? So chromosomes also affect and play a very important role. So all of you know there are some chromosomal disorders. All of you know about Turner syndrome. All of you know about Klinefelter syndrome, Down syndrome. है ना? अभी fourth one is there. There is something called as Sotos syndrome. I'll tell you what is that. ठीक है? But ये तीन तो पता है ना आप लोगों को, right? So Klinefelter, Downs as well as Turner syndrome, right? So in this also there is alteration in the growth. For example, if you take Turner syndrome as well as Down syndrome. Turner syndrome as well as Down syndrome. In this, the growth will be inhibited or there is growth promotion. What will be there? Is there inhibition of growth? Is there a short stature or a long stature, tall stature? In Turner syndrome and in Down syndrome, you would see short stature. Very good. Short stature. Okay. Short stature. Next important thing is in Klinefelter syndrome as well as Sotos syndrome. Okay. Klinefelter syndrome or Sotos syndrome, there will be tall stature. Tall stature. Whatever it is, chromosomal abnormalities are affecting the growth or no? That is the basic point which we need. है ना? Or to this list, है ना? To this list, we shall also add one more important thing. That is very good. All of you are answering right. Perfect. Sotos syndrome. है ना? What is Sotos syndrome is there is a gene called NSD1. ठीक है? ये gene कहाँ पे होगा? Chromosome 5 पे होगा. So when this gene gets mutated, in the starting stages of life only, they will grow more tall. Okay, the face also grows tall. So the face is elongated in this way, right? So that is also one of the tall stature. So what I was telling, in Sotos, chromosome 5A or within the chromosome 5, there is a gene called NSD1. So this gene gets mutated, okay, and that would lead to a tall stature. And another, Anand Prakash, there are torch infections in microbiology you will study. There are group of torch infections, right? T stands for toxoplasma, O stands for other infections, right? So, there, yeah, already Baljinder Kesai is already commented. So, it is actually a mnemonic. Okay? Torch infection, torch जो है वो mnemonic है, Anand. So, every letter indicates one bacteria or let us say one virus also. Okay? Right. So next important thing is the nutrition. The last important thing is nutrition, and obviously all of you know very important thing about the nutrition, right? So overall guys, once just revise whatever we have discussed. Okay? What are the factors that are affecting the growth? The first important factor is genetic factor. उसके बाद sex affects the growth. Chromosomal disorders also affect the growth, right? Maternal factors and placental factors also affect the growth, as well as the hormones also. We discussed three hormones: thyroxine, insulin, and glucocorticoids, right? So just remember it as GIT, glucocorticoids, insulin, and thyroxine. Out of this, पहला दो जो है, they are responsible for the growth of the fetus, and glucocorticoids are responsible for the organ maturation. Okay? So we have discussed all important points here regarding the factors that are affecting the growth. This is some of the things that are basic which you have to know. Now, if we enter into the topic, we will discuss what are the periods of growth. Okay? We shall discuss what are the periods of growth. Now, regarding the periods of growth, what periods do you know, guys? Tell me. Yes. Baljinder, Anand Prakash, Pushpalata. What are the periods do you know? Saini, Anjana, Nagesh, Vikas. Tell me what are the periods which you know? See, there are basically 4 important periods of growth. Okay, now out of these 4 important periods of growth, we shall remove the last one. I'll discuss about it later on. So overall we have got 3. Okay, one period is the period that is present before the birth, right? And one period is after the birth, and one period is during the birth. Okay, one period which is before the birth is called as prenatal period. One period which is after the birth is called postnatal period, and one period which is around the time of the birth, or near to the birth, that is called as perinatal. Peri matlab around the time of the birth, perinatal period. Or fourth wala kya hai sir? That fourth is called as adolescent period. Okay, so how many periods we have got? We have got 4 important periods. One is called as prenatal period, है ना? उसके बाद कौन सा होगा? Perinatal period, है ना? उसके बाद postnatal period, and finally in the list there is adolescence. Very good, Baljinder Keshai, very good. He's answering perfectly, very good. Pushpalata, very good. You are also right. Embryonic, fetal growth. I will discuss about that, right? But anyways, very good that you know about embryonic and fetal. Very good. Right. Now what we shall do is that we shall discuss what is prenatal, uske baad what is perinatal, postnatal and adolescence. Okay. Now this is something very important for your exams, guys. Everyone have to remember what is prenatal period, till from which week till which week this prenatal period is there, and everything. All of these values you have to remember. Okay. Now prenatal period is the period that is present before the birth. Before the birth, matlab the entire stages of pregnancy, whatever is there, this 9 months, right, or 42 weeks, right? So this entire weeks of pregnancy, whatever is there, this is a prenatal period. Okay, this is what? A prenatal period. Now in this prenatal period, we have to write all the way from conception till birth. Okay, I hope all of you know what is conception. Very good, Anjana. From conception till the birth is called as prenatal period. Now what we will do is that we will just elaborate it little bit. Okay, conception kya hoga, what is birth, what is in between, we shall elaborate a little bit. Ye dekho. For example, let us say fertilization took place. Okay, from the day of fertilization till 2 weeks. 2 weeks matlab kitna? 14 days, hai na? From the day of fertilization till 2 weeks, this period of prenatal growth, perinatal period, you call it as germinal stage. Okay. Next important thing is from 2 weeks till 8 weeks. ये जो है ना, this is called as embryonic stage. What is this called? Embryonic stage. ठीक है. और 8-9 weeks से लेकर till the birth, okay, from 8-9 weeks till the birth, this is called as the fetus. So from now onwards, whenever I ask you what is fetus, right, all of you are understanding. Very good, Anut Chandran, very good. So from now onwards, if I ask you what is fetus, you should tell from 8 weeks all the way till the birth, right? In some of the books it is given from 9 weeks till the birth is called as a fetus. So fertilization se lekar birth tak, this entire period whatever I have discussed is the prenatal period. Within this there are 3 stages: germinal stage, embryonic stage and fetal stage. Okay? So till here all of you understood, guys? Everyone understood till here? Perfectly clear, everyone? Saini understood, very good. And remaining? Very good. Yeah. Now let us continue, guys. Okay? Let us continue. What we shall do is that abhi tak jo discuss kiya na, we shall little bit elaborate it and see if there are any periods that are hidden inside. Okay? So pehle kahan se shuru karenge? Fertilization se. So we shall start from fertilization. Okay? So from fertilization till 2 weeks we just discussed. 2 weeks से लेकर 8 weeks we just discussed. ठीक है? 8 weeks से लेकर, now what I'm doing is that from 8 weeks till 12 weeks, from 12 weeks till 16 weeks, right? Sir, how are you telling me the numbers? Randomly कुछ भी लगा रहा हूं मैं ना, random numbers I'm putting. From 16 till 20 weeks, from 20 till 30, 30 से लेकर 40, है ना? And finally today, I mean finally after the 40, 42 weeks, the baby is born. So the day the baby is born is called as day 0. ठीक है, day 0. day 0 के बाद क्या होगा? day 1. yes or no? उसके बाद क्या होगा? day 2. and finally I'm writing it as day 7. ठीक है, day 7. so how did I take these numbers is that मैंने पहले ही बोला था these numbers are random. ठीक है, now you will tell me what is the period from fertilization till 2 weeks. बताओ, fertilization से लेकर 2 weeks तक. just now I told you from fertilization till 2 weeks is called as germinal stage. germinal stage, germinal stage is fertilization से लेकर 2 weeks तक. नहीं बलजिंदर, नॉट नियोनेट. मैं नियोनेट के बारे में बताऊंगा अभी. ठीक है, नियोनेट इज लेटर ऑन. 2 weeks, from 2 weeks till 8 weeks, that is called as embryonic stage. embryonic stage. ठीक है, and what did I tell you? all the way from 8 weeks till birth, all the way from 8 weeks till birth मतलब day 0, this is called as fetus. this is called as fetus. ठीक है, now okay Baljinder, I'm sorry, you're right. so now what I'm telling you is that within this there is one more period that is hidden. ये देखो, from 20 weeks, ठीक है, from 20 weeks of gestation all the way till 7 days after the birth. ठीक है, फिर से बोल रहा हूं, from 20 weeks of gestation till 7 days after the birth, ये जो पीरियड है ना, right, this is called as perinatal period. perinatal period. ठीक है, to make you understand what is perinatal period, I have written all these things. ठीक है, so can I tell perinatal period is before, a little part before the delivery, a little part after the delivery also? yes or no? So this is perinatal period. From 20 weeks of gestation till 7 days after the birth is called as perinatal period. So yahan tak I hope all of you understood, right? And next important thing, and very good, Fatima Kabir, very good. Now, what is, you discussed what is prenatal, है ना? prenatal मतलब, what is prenatal? till birth you called it as prenatal. you discuss what is perinatal. तो postnatal क्या है? what is postnatal? postnatal is all the way from day 0. day 0 से लेकर जो भी है ना, the moment once the baby is born, from today the postnatal life is starting. okay, so can I tell postnatal life starts from day 0, है ना? so postnatal, the last period is postnatal period. postnatal period, all the way it starts from day 0 till how many days? till 28 days. okay, sorry, I'm really sorry. from day 0 the entire growth is called as a postnatal, right? and obviously some of them are telling to write it down, so all of you look here. The perinatal is very important, guys, because during the perinatal time only many pathologies come inside. from 20 weeks of gestation till 7 days after birth. ठीक है, from 20 weeks till 7 days after the birth, you call it as perinatal period. ठीक है, so postnatal is completely after the birth. after the birth, right? Sir, in a prenatal you told germinal stage, there is something called as embryonic stage, there is something called as fetal stage, है ना? In the same way, in postnatal period, are there any stages? Yes. What are the stages in postnatal period? In postnatal period, the stages how you remember are like this. All of you know NIT, National Institute of Technology, right? So engineers, they love to go to NIT because the future there is very good, है ना? So they gonna tell you NIT में पढ़ेंगे. NIT में पढ़ेंगे. Now what is N? N stands for neonate. N stands for neonate. Neonate के बाद क्या आएगा? I. What does I stand for? Very good. I stands for infant. Very good, Sneha. I stands for infant. Very good, Baljinder. नेक्स्ट NIT, T stands for what? T stands for toddler. ठीक है, toddler. toddler के बाद क्या आएगा? NIT में पढ़ेंगे P stand for preschooler. Everyone is answering well, guys. I'm really happy. Perfect. Sneha, perfect. Fun mode. Fatima, very good. Baljinder, very good. So preschooler. ठीक है, preschooler के बाद क्या होगा? Schooler. Preschooler के बाद क्या होगा? Schooler. Right? Now look here. Let us discuss the time periods in between this. Now regarding this time periods, what do you need to understand? From day 0, the postnatal period will start. ठीक है, postnatal period में neonate, infant, toddler, preschool and school are there. Now from day 0 till 28 days, ये जो है ना, this is called as neonatal life, neonatal period. ठीक है, neonatal period. Now this neonatal period I'm dividing into two. What is that two? 0 से लेकर 7 days तक और 7 से लेकर 28 days तक. Okay, from 0 to 7, whatever it is there, this is the early part of neonate, so you call it as early neonatal life. और 7 to 28 days जो है वो, that is called as late neonatal life. ठीक है, so this is called as an early neonate, early neonate, और ये जो होगा this is called as late neonate. ठीक है, so overall here also I'm writing neonate मतलब 0 to 28 days, 28 days. ठीक है, then infant क्या होगा? What is infant? Infant should start from the end of neonatal life, मतलब 28. So 28 days से लेकर 1 साल तक, 1 year, this is called as an infant. Okay, next toddler, 1 year से लेकर 3 years तक, you call it as a toddler, you call it as a toddler. Next preschooler is 3 से लेकर 6 years तक, from 3 years all the way till 6 years, you call it as a preschooler. Right? Very good, Muhammad Asif, Miracles World, very good, very good. Perfect, Harini, very good. Next, from 6 years till 12 years, you call this period as schooler. ठीक है, you call this period as schooler. So all of you understood what is postnatal period now? Within this postnatal period, just roughly discuss, within this postnatal period क्या क्या चीजें हम डिस्कस किया? NIT में पढ़ेंगे N, neonate, infant, toddler, पढ़ेंगे P, preschooler, उसके बाद schooler. 0 to 28 days, 28 days to 1 year, right? Next 1 year to 3 years, उसके बाद 3 to 6, again 6 to 12. Clear all of you? This is all we discussed. So now you know a complete picture of what is prenatal, prenatal में क्या क्या stages है, what is perinatal, कहाँ से कहाँ तक, what is postnatal, इसमें भी what are the stages, right? So these 3 important things we finished. Now we will enter into the 4th stage. वो 4th stage क्या होगा? Adolescent. That is called as adolescence. That is called as adolescence. Okay. Now within this adolescence, you should know adolescence is an age group of 10. Very good, very good. Anut Chandran, very good. Fatima, Sneha, very good. Sajda, very good. Fun mode 10 to 19 ठीक है, but one number more, 10 to 20 years of age. ठीक है, 20 to 20 years of age is called as an adolescent. 10 to 20 years of age is called as an adolescent. ठीक है, now within this adolescent age there are 3 subdivisions. Obviously 3 subdivisions क्या होगा बताओ? एक होगा early, एक होगा late, और बीच में जो होगा that is middle. Yes or no? So this adolescent age is also divided into early adolescent, उसके बाद होगा late adolescent, और बीच में जो है that is called as middle adolescent age. Okay, what is early adolescent age? It should start from 10, है ना? 10 to 13 years is called as early adolescent. ठीक है, फिर 14 years से लेकर 16 years is called as middle adolescent, and 17 से लेकर 20 years is called as late adolescent. So all the values are perfectly fitting here, right? So all of you understood? All of you understood the periods of growth. Now we shall discuss the growth of different tissues. From here, the topic's gonna be a little bit interesting. I am really sorry if till here, this is all the numerical part, so it might be a little bit boring for you, right? But all of you understood, right? Very good. Very good. So we discussed all the way starting from fertilization till 20 years of age. Okay? So we did not miss a single value also. Everything, whatever is there, that is very important for you. Now, guys, you are really answering perfectly. You already had pediatrics. All of you. Saini, Fatima, Yash, Vikas, right? And Baljinder. All of you are answering perfectly. You already had pediatrics. Hazaki, you already had, right? Very good, very good, very good, very good. Oh, you're all graduated. Very nice. Right, chalo. Now we shall discuss. Now we shall discuss. So if some of you are graduated, then you might know the real troubles you would have faced with the children in the clinics. Hai na? They don't sleep and they don't make you to sleep. Very good, Saini. Very good. Excellent. Saini got selected in AIMS Raipur. Very good, Saini. Very good. Very good, Asif. Right. So now we shall discuss about the growth of different tissues. Okay? We shall discuss about the growth of different tissues. Okay? Growth of different tissues. The main tissues which we shall be discussing is, okay, Fatima, your second year, but still you're answering. This is really great and really happy. So growth of different tissues, there are three main tissues. ठीक है, एक है brain tissue, उसके बारे में discuss करेंगे. उसके बाद होगा lymphoid and gonadal tissue. ठीक है, so we shall mainly discuss about the brain tissue. ठीक है, and second important thing is lymphoidal tissue. Lymphoidal tissue. Very good, Navnath. You are practicing in the hospital, in the pediatrics ward. And third important thing is the gonadal tissue. Gonadal tissue. Okay? Brain, lymphoidal as well as gonadal tissue. Now, we shall discuss about each and every part of this. Okay? How the growth is taking place. Now, all of you should pay attention because yahi se most of the clinical questions will be asked. Now, just look at the picture. So, this is a graph. This is a graph. Yes, Akash, Pediatrics Part 1. This is a graph. And in this graph, what we shall do is that we shall write down the ages. 2 saal, 4 saal, 8 saal, 10 and 12. So these are the years, age. I have written the age in years. Okay. Now I will draw a graph and you will tell me what is that. Okay? You will tell me what is that. Now from here, if I am drawing this graph all the way like this, just plot this graph, guys. Plot this graph. Where is the maximum peak taking place? The maximum peak is taking place almost near 2 years of age. The maximum peak has taken place during the fetal life, the first year of life till second year of life. Second year ke baad se the graph is completely constant. Yes or no? So what is this that is growing so fastly during the fetal and the first 2 years of life? That is your brain. Okay, brain development happens very fastly during the fetal life as well as the first 2 years of life. Okay, so brain development. So brain development, very good. Brain tissue, the maximum development happens in the fetal phase plus the first 2 years of life. First 2 years of life. Fetal phase and first 2 years of life. So during this time the brain development takes place. Okay. So why are you telling this? Why am I telling you this is that, for the growth and development of the baby, you need sufficient amount of thyroid hormone, thyroxine. Thyroid hormone in the initial stages, it is responsible for the growth and development of the baby. Not only the physical growth, mental growth bhi. So during this time, during the fetal life, if mother is not having hypothyroid, right? If she's supplying sufficient amount of thyroid hormone to the baby, and after the birth also, if baby is receiving sufficient amount of thyroid hormone, in the first 2 years of life, the growth and development, the physical growth and the mental growth will be very good. So that is the reason why the brain development is taking place in the first few years of the life. Okay? Now all of you understood this. Now the second important development देखो. So in the list we have completed brain. अभी second होगा lymphoid. Lymphoid में भी same. We will write the same things. यहाँ पे 2 years, 3, 4 years, let us say 6 years, let us say 8 years, 10 years. Okay? Again, these are the ages which I have written in years. Ages which I have written in years. Now look at the development here. ये देखो. From here the graph is taken a swipe, right? And again it is falling back like this. Okay? Now if you look at the ages, at which age the growth is maximum, guys? If you plot the graph, ये देखो. The growth is at the peak. The growth is at the peak in between 4 to 8 years of age. Matlab, what do you mean by that? What do you mean by that is, during this 4 to 8 years of age, the lymphoidal growth will be maximum. During this time, can you normally palpate your lymph nodes? No, unless and until they are swollen. Yes or no? But during this 4 to 8 years of age, the tonsils will be enlarged. Right? The lymph nodes will be palpated. Now that doesn't mean that the patient is having problem with the lymph nodes, lymphadenitis, right? Or patient is having problem with the tonsils, that is tonsillitis. ये normal है इस age में, right? Later on the size again reduces. Okay? So during 4 to 8 years, maximum gonadal development happens. Sorry, this is lymphoidal, right? Lymphoidal development happens. And Sajda Tabassum is telling that iske baad gonadal development hoga. Very good, very good. From 10 years onwards, the gonadal development will start. Okay? So let us discuss that now. So this is the graph. Again, फिर से लिखेंगे 2, 4, 8, 10 or 12. ये देखो, initially the baby is born immediately, right? Is he ready for fertilization? No, the gonads are not developed, right? So slowly the gonads start developing. ये देखो, after 8, 9 years and 10 years, 10, 11, 12 years onwards, there is perfect development. If you can plot the graph like this, फिर से देखो, this is the perfect development here, right? So around 8, 9, 10 to 12. So in boys, the maturation process is different, and in girls also the gonadal development is different. Okay, we shall discuss in the puberty there, not now. Okay, so till here all of you understood the 3 developments, everyone. Before I go and discuss the most important part of this session, that is growth parameters, how to calculate height, weight, head and chest circumference, hai na? So till here all of you understood, guys. Once I get a sufficient amount of green signal, hai na, then I'll start. Till then, have a cup of tea. No, I will have a cup of tea. Now you guys don't go leaving the session for a cup of tea, okay? Chalo. Right. Okay, give me the list of growth parameters which you know, guys. What are the growth parameters? Ritvika, Baljinder, Pratik, Saini, all those who are commenting, you should also tell me what are the growth parameters that we should discuss now. Growth parameters. Batao, what are the growth parameters? We do growth parameters for growth assessment, hai na? For growth assessment. Very good. Fun mode is telling weight, height, body proportion. Very good. Or batao, height, weight. Very good. सिर्फ weight, height ही नहीं, even circumference is also important. BMI is also important. Everything is important. Yash has given a very good list. Length for height, for age, weight for length, body mass. Very good, Yash. Very good. Right. Anuradha is telling MUAC, mid upper arm circumference. Very good. Very good. Chest and head circumference. Miracles World. Very good. Anthropometric. Very good. Sundare, this is all the anthropometric, right? So let us discuss now. The first important thing we shall discuss is weight. Okay. After the weight, then we shall go for stature. Okay. Stature क्या होगा? Stature मतलब both height and length is called as stature. Okay. Height और length together को stature बोलते हैं. And third important thing is we will discuss about the circumference also. Circumference also. So what circumferences we will discuss? We will discuss circumferences of head. We will discuss circumferences of chest. We will also discuss circumference of the middle part of the arm called as mid arm circumference. ठीक है? Mid arm circumference. इसके बाद आएगा fourth important thing BMI. What is BMI? BMI क्या होगा? Body mass index. And fifth important thing, already you are answering very good, Yash. Skin fold thickness. Skin fold thickness. Okay? Skin fold thickness. So these are the 5 important parameters we shall be discussing. Okay? If you are already writing the notes, if you are not writing the notes, I want you to write the notes for now, guys. बहुत important है ये, है ना? These calculations are very important. Coming to the weight. Okay? Now, when it comes to the weight, the average weight, right? The average weight, the normal weight of a newborn baby will be around, batao, will be around no, very good, 2.9, 2.5, very good. So it ranges in between 2.9 kgs to 3.9 kgs. Okay? ये normal weight है. So baby will lie in between this. But a typical Indian baby का weight होगा 2.5 kg से लेकर 4 kg तक, है ना? 2.5 kg से लेकर 4 kg तक, right? So this is a weight of a typical Indian baby. Now can I tell 2.5 kg से lower range है, right? Anything before 2.5 kg is called low birth weight, right? So what I'm telling you is anything less than 2.5 kg मतलब 2500 grams, है ना? Anything below that is called as low birth weight. Anything is called as low birth weight. Anything is below this is called as low birth weight. Now anything below 2500 grams is called low birth weight. Matlab from 1000 grams till 1499 grams. So anything in between is called as very low birth weight. Very low birth weight. Very low birth weight. Okay? और least limit क्या है? 1000. Anything below 1000 is called extremely low birth weight, है ना? Anything below 1000 grams is called as extremely low birth weight. Extremely low birth weight. Very good, Anut. Very good. Extremely low birth weight. So these are the 3 important parameters I want you to know. I mean, these 3 important things in this parameter of weight I want you to know. Okay? So what is low birth weight? What is very low birth weight? What is extremely low birth weight? I want you to know. So I hope you are clear till here. Anand, you are clear, right? You are understanding, Anand? You are second year now. You are understanding all these things. Very good, Anand. Right. Now, actually guys, low birth weight होने का कारण क्या है? What can be the reason of low birth weight? There are many reasons of low birth weight, but I'll just tell you 2 important reasons. ठीक है? बाद में we'll discuss in detail. What are those 2 important reasons, sir? One is intrauterine growth retardation. As the baby is developing within the uterus, if the growth is retarded, क्यों? If you're not supplying sufficient nutrients, है ना? Whatever it is, placental factors, maternal factors, mother is addicted to smoking, substance abuse and all, जो भी है, intrauterine growth retardation, ये एक चीज हो सकता है. Second important thing is early term infant. ठीक है. Now this is very important. Early term infant. Early term infant. और दूसरा क्या होगा, इंट्रा यूट्राइन ग्रोथ रिटार्डेशन. IUGR मतलब इंट्रा यूट्राइन ग्रोथ रिटार्डेशन. ठीक है. नाउ व्हाट इज अर्ली टर्म? अर्ली टर्म क्या होता है? नहीं, अर्ली टर्म इज नॉट प्री टर्म. अर्ली टर्म इज नॉट प्री टर्म. See, simple thing is that all of you know the babies are born between 37 to 42 weeks, in between this only, right? Between 37 to 42 weeks of gestation. So 37 से लेकर 38, 39, 40, 41, 42. So from 37 till 42, in between this the babies are born. Now here you should understand one thing. 37 to 38 जो है ना, okay, leave this thing. Let me tell you like this. 39 to 40 जो है ना, this is called as a term infant. This is called as a term infant. 39 to 40 is called term infant. So term infant से पहले मतलब 37 to 38 है ना, this is called as early term. Early term infant. 41 से लेकर 42 है ना, this is called as late term infant. Late term infant. ठीक है. और 37 वीक्स से पहले, बिफोर 37 वीक्स, दैट इज कॉल्ड प्री टर्म. आफ्टर 42 वीक्स, दैट इज कॉल्ड पोस्ट टर्म. नाउ यू अंडरस्टूड गाइस? ऑल ऑफ यू अंडरस्टूड नाउ? सो इन द एंटायर टर्म वी हैव गॉट थ्री थिंग्स: अर्ली टर्म, फुल टर्म, लेट टर्म. ठीक है. एनीथिंग बिफोर अर्ली टर्म इज कॉल्ड प्री टर्म, मतलब 37 वीक्स से पहले. एनीथिंग आफ्टर द 42 वीक्स इज कॉल्ड एज पोस्ट टर्म. Now all of you understood, guys? Even if it was confusing before, now you understood this? Yeah? All of you understood, right? There is no confusion here, right? So don't think this early term as pre-term, okay? Pre-term मतलब before 37 को pre-term बोलते हैं, after 42 को post-term बोलते हैं. So it means ये yellow color में मैं जो highlight कर रहा हूं ना, this entire thing is a term. This entire thing is a term. Term के पहले pre-term, term के बाद post-term, बस. So this is what I'm talking. And obviously most of you answered preterm infants will also have low birth weight. Exactly. है ना? Before normally they have to be born between 39, 40, 37 to 42. इससे पहले if they are born, the organs, right, the lungs, they are not enoughly matured. The body weight is also not enoughly gained. So obviously the baby who is delivered out, right, he will be of low birth weight only. Very good. Your answer is also right, guys. Now, let us do some calculations, guys. All of you get ready now. Okay? Let us do some calculations. You know, you have heard of 5 months को double होगा, उसके बाद triple होगा, है ना? It will become 100%, 200%. So what are all these things? Let us discuss each and everything in detail. Okay? Now, average I'm taking. ठीक है? Average at the time of birth, baby का weight क्या होगा? 3 kgs. Roughly 3 kgs. ठीक है? अब ये देखो. Pilot Saini, twin pregnancy also very good, low birth weight. Yes, you are right. Twin pregnancy also cause low birth weight. Not only twin pregnancy, there is something called as transfusion syndrome. Okay, so one baby is transfusing a lot of minerals and vitamins and oxygen and blood to another baby. So one will be low birth weight, one will be birth weight will be more than 4 kgs. Okay, so we shall discuss those in details later on. Okay, so at birth, the baby's weight is 3 kgs. Now let us concentrate on calculations completely. Okay? The birth weight of baby is 3 kgs. Now within the next 7 days, okay, let us say today the baby is born. Within the next 7 days, the baby's weight will be lost. है ना? कितना पता है? Around 5 to 10% there is weight loss in the baby. Why there is weight loss in the baby of 5 to 10%? क्योंकि after the birth, the baby excretes urine. Right, there is some loss of fluid through that. Even the baby passes meconium, there is some loss of fluid. So obviously the baby's weight also will be reduced just 5 to 10%. Okay, again by 10 days, the baby's weight should regain back to normal, मतलब back to 3 kgs आना चाहिए. Okay, so how much percent is lost? 5 to 10%. Why? Because loss of fluid. Loss of fluid. So ये normal है for everyone. That is why this is called as weight loss, physiological weight loss. ठीक है, this is called physiological weight loss. So our calculations we will take from day 10. ठीक है, day 10 को the baby will attain back his 3 kgs. So again we will take the calculations from day 10. Now all of you just concentrate, don't comment guys, just concentrate here. Now from day 10, from 10 days all the way till 3 months, from 10 days all the way till 3 months, how many days are there here? 82 days, है ना? 82 days. So during these 82 days, what will be the weight of the baby? During these 82 days, every day the baby's weight increases by 30 grams. Okay? So 82 days multiplied by 30 grams. Yes or no? So we will get the total weight of around 2400 grams. Okay? इस 2400 grams को already the baby is carrying a weight of 3 kgs पहले. So you add 3 kgs. Now what will be the total weight guys? Roughly around 5400 grams. It will increase. Roughly around 5400 grams. Sir, should I remember these calculations? Not needed. I'm slowly building up the concepts here. Okay. I will tell you what to remember, what not to remember. Okay. Fine. But one important thing you need to know. In these 82 days, from 10 days till 3 months, baby's weight increases by 30 grams every day. ठीक है? अब ये देखो, from 3 months all the way till 6 months, मतलब कितने दिन हो गए? 90 days, है ना? 90 days. So during the next 90 days, from 3 months to 6 months, every day the baby's weight increases by 20 grams, not 30, 20 grams. So 90 into 20, कितना हुआ? What is the value? 9 2s are 18, 1800 grams. 1800 grams plus baby is already bearing some weight. कितना? 5400 है ना? So पूरा मिला के कितना हुआ? 7200 grams. ठीक है? अब ये देखो. Let us discuss another 2 calculations. From 6 months till 9 months, और ये भी कितना हो गए? This is also again 90 days. This is also again 90 days. ठीक है? So during the next 3 months, from 6 months and 9 months, every day the baby's weight will increase by 15 grams. Guys, can you follow this chronology? First, for about 82 days, 30 grams per day. उसके बाद 20 grams per day. और अब कितना? 15 grams per day. Okay. So what will be the total value here? The total value will be around 1350 plus, और ये पहले value 7200 grams, that would be around 8950 grams. I will take all the values as rough values. ठीक है? And the final calculation we are doing today is 9 months से लेकर 12 months. 12 months मतलब कितना? 1 year है ना? So every day, these 90 days, every day the baby's weight will increase by 12 grams. 30 to 15, sorry, 30 to 20, 20 to 15, 15 to 12. How much gap? 3 months gap. Okay. So now the total weight is 1080 plus 8550. Okay. Not 9, I think. This is 8550 grams. So this will be around 9630 grams. Okay. So first thing, you understood these calculations. I'm not telling you have to remember this. You understood or no? That is enough. Yeah. Pilot Saini, Funmold, Baljinder, Yesh Desai. You understood this? Now I will put on the formula here. Everyone understood, right? Very good, very good. अब ये देखो. Now important thing is at birth at birth, what is the weight? I told you 3 kgs है ना. इस 3 kgs को ना we will write it as x. We will write it as x. Now we shall look here. At 5 months कितना होगा? At 12 months कितना होगा? At 2 years कितना होगा? Right? 3 years, 5 years, 7 years, and down the line 10 years. Okay. Now let us look at these values. Right. Now look here. At birth, 3 kgs it is there. Now at 5 months kitna hoga, guys? All of you see here. At birth, if the weight is 3 kgs, right? At 6 months of age, ye dekho, listen carefully now. At 6 months of age, the weight is 7,200. Now I'm asking at 5 months. 5 months matlab 1 month minus. 1 month minus matlab from this 7,200 also 1,000 minus karo. 1,000 minus kiya to roughly it is around 6 kgs. Roughly it is around 6 kgs. So at birth it is 3 kgs, at 5 months it is 6 kgs. मतलब double हुआ कि नहीं? Yes or no? Doubled. So at 5 months the weight doubles. In the same way, look at 12 months. 12 months weight कितना है? 9,630. मतलब roughly 9 kgs. Birth it is 3 kgs. At 1 year or 12 months 9 kgs. मतलब triple हुआ. So by 12 months the weight triples. Okay. In the same way, if you go down, by 2 years of age, 4 times होगा, उसके बाद 5 times होगा, उसके बाद 6 times होगा, उसके बाद 7 times होगा, उसके बाद 10 times होगा, right? All of you understood this, guys? So by remembering this table itself, you can make your calculations if they are going to ask you any question in the exam. All of you understood this? Yeah? Is this table easy? All of you understood this? Very good. Now what we shall do is that we shall check the formulas. We shall check the formulas now. Now look at the formulas now. How do you calculate based upon the formula? Now formula you have to only use once the age of the baby is 3 and more than 3 months. Okay? So once the weight of the baby is, the age of the baby is 3 or more than 3 months. From 3 months till 12 years of age, this is how you calculate the formula. अब ये देखो, first of all let us write it down. First of all let us write it down now. 3 months से लेकर 12 months तक. Okay? Then 12 months मतलब 1 year. So 1 year से लेकर 6 years. Right? Again 7 years से लेकर 12 years. From 7 years till 12 years. Okay? Now, how to remember the formula? Remember 3 digits. What are those 3 digits? 92, 28, 75. Okay? All of you say after me, 92, 28, 75. That is 92, 28 and 75. So what did I tell you? I told you to remember 92, okay, 28, uske baad 75. And you know, life is all about divisions, additions, subtractions. Yes or no? Life is all about divisions. Life is all about divisions, additions and subtractions. Clear? Now, what am I going to do with these values? So, always keep in mind the age here is in months. So, age in months, okay, plus 9. 9 I have to divide by 2, है ना? Divided by 2. ये है formula to know the expected weight, not accurate weight, expected weight at from 3 months till 12 months of age. ठीक है? उसके बाद, now you have to put the age in years, है ना? So age in years, है ना? Into 2, 2 you add with 8 plus 8, है ना? So this is the age you see in years. Next important thing, 7 to 12 years. Age in years into 7 और मैंने क्या बोला था subtracted, है ना? minus 5 divided by 2. So this is the formula which you put to know the expected weight of a child between 7 to 12 years of age. All of you understood these three formulas? Everyone, right? So you apply in your home by yourself and look at these formulas, okay? So but till here all of you understood, right? Vipin Rajput, you understood? Sajda, you understood? Pushpalata, Pilot Saini, Yash, Baljinder, you are here. Doctor, here's your doctor. Radha Singh, all of you are understanding, guys? Very good, very good, very good. Right. Now, guys, ये देखो, first formula easy है ना, second formula भी easy है, but third formula थोड़ा complicated है. So, do you have any alternate formula? Alternate easy formula एक है, that is age in years into 3, bus. Age in years into 3. If you put this formula between the age of 7 to 12 years, you will get the expected weight. Okay, expected weight. Now we are done with the first parameter, that is weight. ठीक है, weight के बाद हम discuss करेंगे stature. Stature मतलब जहां पे we will have height and length. ठीक है, so the next important factor we shall be discussing is stature. So stature is containing both length. Stature is also containing both height, length as well as height. अब ये length क्या है? What is the height? See, if the age of the baby is, if the age of the child is less than 2 years, right? The measurements what you do, that is length, that you have to call it as length. After 2 years onwards, the measurements what you do, that you have to call it as height. Okay? So length, when do you call it as length? If the child's age is less than 2 years, you should call it as length. If the child age is more than 2 years, you should call it as height. I hope this thing you know. So what do you use then? What do you use? For less than 2 years, I check the length by using a special device that is called as infantometer. Infantometer. Okay. Next, height, how do I check? By using a special device called stadiometer. Stadiometer. Stadio मतलब क्या? The spelling itself says stadio, standing, है ना? You check the height by standing. So when you're checking the height by standing, obviously infants cannot stand, so you check their height by placing them in a supine position. Okay, I'll show you what is that now. Just look at this picture. ये देखो, all of you can see. See here, you will place the infant like this. Okay, this is called as infantometer. Infantometer. ठीक है, और उसके बाद you see, this is how you measure the length, and this is how you measure the height. And what is this? Anyone? What is this called as? Yes. Pratyusha, very good. So this is called as stadiometer. This is called as stadiometer. So all of you understood now? Yes? Regarding what is infantometer and what is stadiometer, and how do you check both of them? Right. Now, remember this, guys. This is not that difficult like the previous one. The calculations are very simple. At birth, if you look at birth, at 1 year, at 2 years, at 2 to 12 years. ठीक है? Birth, उसके बाद 1 साल, 2 साल, 2 से 12. Okay. Now at birth, the height, at birth, the length we call it as, right? The length of the baby is around 50 centimeters. Okay. By 1 year, the length of the baby is around 75 centimeters. By 2 years, the height of the baby increases by 86 to 87 centimeters. Uske baad, after that, from 2 to 12 years, every year the weight of the baby, the height of the baby increases by 6 centimeters every year. 6 centimeters every year. Okay? So all of you are clear till here? Right. So how do you remember this? If you want to remember it like this, remember. But how I remembered is 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is how I remembered. 5, 6. 5, 6 matlab 50. Okay. 6 you can convert into 0. From 6 we have got the next number, that is 7. 7 के बाद क्या होगा 8. Okay. So this is how I remembered. If you have any other desi tarikas, you can remember by that way. Okay. Clear all of you? Or sir, we want a formula that will be the best. Formula matlab expected height. Expected height in centimeters is, ye dekho, I am telling height. Height means after 2 years, right? But this is the formula we use after 4 years of age. Okay. So expected height in centimeters is age in centimeter into 6 plus 77. So by putting this formula, by applying this formula, you can know the expected height, right, at 4 years of age or at after the 4 years of age. All of you are clear with this? Everyone? Right. Very good. Now, next important thing I want to tell you here is that, guys, next important thing I want to tell you here is about the teeth eruption. Teeth eruption. Okay? About the teeth eruption. All of you know that we have got two different types of teeth. है ना? एक है temporary, एक है permanent. Temporary teeth is called as deciduous teeth. All of you know. We have got two different types of teeth. So one you call it as deciduous type, right? And next one we call it as a permanent type. Deciduous as well as permanent. So what is this deciduous teeth and what is this permanent teeth? Okay. Now, what is this deciduous teeth? Simple way to remember that in these deciduous teeth, you have to know at which age these deciduous teeth are erupting. In the same way, permanent teeth also. I'll give you a very good mnemonic for you to remember. For to remember deciduous teeth, remember as I am the chief minister, right? I am CM. CM मतलब क्या? Chief Minister. And I hope all of you know the names of the teeth. I मतलब क्या? Incisors. C stands for canines. M stands for molars. Right? So first I am writing it as I. I मतलब क्या? Central incisors. Central incisors. Central incisors. When I tell central incisors, ये देखो central incisors मतलब lateral भी होगा. Right? So there is something called as lateral incisors also. Lateral incisors. Okay. After lateral incisors, next we have got M. What is M? M stands for molars. पहली बार आया ना M. This is the first letter. So M stands for first molars. M came for the first time. So first molars. उसके बाद next we have got C. C stands for canines. Canines. उसके बाद फिर से we got M for the second time. So second molars. Second molars. Okay. Second molars. Now let us see that at which age these deciduous teeth are erupting. Okay. Now, central incisors, they erupt at the age of 6 to 8 months. Okay. Add 2 to the 8, it will become 10 months. Okay. Add 2 to the 10, it will become 12 months. Okay. Add 2 to the 12, it will become 15 months. Right? 2 to 3, roughly I told 2, but just add 3. Okay. Now from 15 months till 21 months, by in between this time the canines will erupt. Again from 21 months till 24 months, these second molars will erupt. All of you understood, guys? Pilot Saini, very good. 2123 by 2123. Very good, very good, very good. Very good. Actually, you are telling how many teeth are present, but I'm actually here telling at which age they are erupting. Okay, so on this you have to concentrate here. ठीक है, 6 to 8 months, दो ऐड करो, 10 months add to 12 months, add 2 to 3 15 months, फ्रॉम ये देखो कंटिन्यू हुआ 15 से लेकर 21, 21 से लेकर 24. ठीक है, so this is all the discussion which I'm giving you on the deciduous teeth. ठीक है, on the deciduous teeth. Now let us discuss about the permanent teeth. अब ये देखो, how do you remember the permanent teeth? How do you remember that permanent teeth is that? For example, in your home, if your mother is ill, right? So obviously, who cooks the food? Papa. Yes or no? So mama is ill, so papa can make the meal, right? So mama is ill, papa can make the meal. Mama is ill. Okay, so papa can make the meal. Papa can make the meal. And take all the first letters here. Now you will tell me one by one. M stands for क्या? What is M? Molars. ठीक है, ये molar पहली बार आया. Right now this is the first letter M which we have got in this permanent teeth. So you call it as first molar. I should call it as first molar. Okay. After that, I also came first time. I should call it as first incisor. First incisors. And after that, you have got again incisors over here. Hai I came for the second time. So you should call it as second incisor. Yes or no? You should call it as a second incisor. Now, after this, if you look at the eruption here, P stands for premolar, है ना? So first premolar. Papa is papa, first premolar, and then we have got the second premolar. Second premolar. Next, can make the meal. Can. C stands for canine. E stands for canine. And finally, ये देखो, second time we got M, third time we got M. So you should write it as second molar and third molar. Second molar and third molar. All of you guys, is it easy? Till here, are you finding it difficult or is it easy, guys? Are you understanding it right? Very good. Now we shall see the age groups at which they are getting erupted. Okay? We shall see the age groups they are getting erupted. All of you know the numericals. है ना? All of you know how to number the numericals. See, first numerical is 6 years. है ना? Now start telling the numbers. 6 के बाद क्या होगा? 7, then 8, then 9, then 10, then 11, then 12. Right? After 12 again 13. So let us write it now. 6 years, then 7 years, then 8 years, then 9 years, उसके बाद 10 years, okay, and after that 11 to 12 years, again 12 to 13 years. The only thing is the last one, that is third molar, which erupts at an age of 17 to 22 years. This is also called as wisdom teeth, है ना? This is also called as wisdom teeth. Wisdom teeth. All of you got wisdom teeth? You will get wisdom, only then you will get the wisdom teeth. You have got this wisdom teeth, guys? Yes or no? You got wisdom teeth. Yeah? No, not yet. Don't worry. Pray for God to get a wisdom teeth, then definitely you will get it by morning. ठीक है? Late comer. Right, chalo. So we are done with the teeth eruption also. The next important thing we shall discuss is the head and chest circumference. Head as well as chest circumference. Sir, why are you discussing both of them together? Because they share similarities. So head as well as chest circumference है ना. So what I will do is that guys, head circumference को h से लिखूंगा, chest circumference को c से लिखूंगा. ठीक है. How do you calculate head and chest circumference? How do you calculate head circumference बताओ. See, all of you know that on the back here we have got occipital tubercle है ना, पीछे you can palpate occipital tubercle. From here this is called glabella है ना. यहां से लेकर you put the tape all the way till the glabella and again back to the occipital tubercle. So whatever measurement you will get, that is called as the head circumference. So head circumference is you are calculating all the way from occipital tubercle से लेकर glabella तक till the glabella, you call it as a head circumference. ठीक है. Now important thing is that if you look at the chest we shall discuss three things. We shall discuss this entire discussion in three scenarios. एक scenario at the time of birth, एक scenario at 1 year और एक scenario after 1 year. ठीक है. At the time of birth, 1 year and after 1 year. So at the time of birth, क्या होगा. Chest circumference is 31 to 32 centimeters. And what is the head circumference? Just add plus 3 centimeters add करो है ना. When you add plus 3 centimeters, 31 will become 34. Next 32 will become 35. Got it? So chest circumference and head circumference. Okay, Sajda, I understood. Right. So chest circumference and head circumference 31 to 32, just 3 add karo, that will become the head circumference. When this is at the time of what? This is at the time of birth. Okay. Now what we shall do is we shall discuss at the time of 1 year. I mean during the period of 1 year. Now at 1 year age, what is going to happen? What is going to happen is that the head circumference will be 45 to 46 centimeters and the chest circumference will be 45 to 46 centimeters. Now what do you mean by this? What do you mean by this is that at 1 year the head circumference equals to chest circumference. Head circumference equals to chest circumference. ठीक है. अब ये देखो, after 1 year what is going to happen? After 1 year, the chest circumference will be more than head circumference. Okay. So even if you don't remember the values also, even if you remember this basic point क्या है guys? Basic point ये है कि at the time of birth, chest circumference is less than head circumference. At the time of birth, at 1 year दोनों equal है. At 1 year, more than 1 year, chest circumference is more than head circumference. Clear all of you? So all of them together in a box I'm writing birth 1 year after 1 year. So here chest circumference is more than head circumference. Here chest circumference is less than head circumference. Here chest circumference is equivalent to head circumference. I hope you understood this. I hope all of you understood this, right? You're clear with this? Now let us go on to the next important thing, that is upper segment lower segment ratio. Now this is very interesting guys, very interesting. Upper segment lower segment ratio, the values are very easy to remember. Upper segment and lower segment ratio. ठीक है. अभी ये क्या है? अपर सेगमेंट क्या है, लोअर सेगमेंट क्या है? अपर सेगमेंट मतलब यू नो दिस पार्ट ओवर हियर इज कॉल्ड वर्टेक्स है ना. दिस पार्ट ओवर हियर इज कॉल्ड एज वर्टेक्स. दिस पार्ट ओवर हियर इज कॉल्ड एज वर्टेक्स. All the way from the vertex till the pubic symphysis. ठीक है. From the vertex till pubic symphysis, this is called upper segment. Pubic symphysis से लेकर नीचे heel तक to the heel, that is called lower segment. ठीक है. This is called as lower segment. So from vertex all the way till pubic symphysis, is called as upper segment, और pubic symphysis से लेकर heel तक this is called as lower segment. So this is upper segment, this is called lower segment. Okay, now these values are also easy guys. ठीक है, what you do is that upper segment lower segment दोनों का ratio you will take it out. Okay, these values are very easy. How do you remember this is at birth? ठीक है, let us start from birth. Let us start from birth. No problem, Saini, no problem. Take care. So at the time of birth, okay? After the birth, next we have got 6 months of age. 6 months, then 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, and 7 years. Okay? So let us see this now. Right. Now all of you look here. At the time of birth, what is the upper segment, lower segment ratio? If you remember this, the remaining values are very easy. At the time of birth, it is 1 is to 1.7. Very good, Sajda, very good. 1.7 is to 1. ठीक है, upper segment का value है 1.7 और lower segment का value है 1. Now all of you put the numbers in the descending order. How you will put the numbers in the descending order? 1.7 के बाद क्या आएगा? 1.6. उसके बाद 1.5. After that, yes, 1.4. Then 1.3. Then 1.2. Then 1.1. ठीक है? Then what about the lower segment? Lower segment is always 1. I hope this is easy for you, right? So this is all you need to know about upper segment and lower segment. And the last part of today's topic we shall be discussing is arm span. Okay? Before I discuss arm span, just tell me all of you understood this till here. We discussed 17 pages. 17 pages tak all of you understood everything which I have discussed. Perfectly, everyone is clear, guys. Obviously, Pushpalata, in dolichocephaly, there will be the changes in the head circumference value. I already have a video on craniosynostosis, है ना? वहाँ पे I told about all the types of the fusion disorders, ठीक है? So there I told dolichocephaly, plagicephaly, everything, all the different types of craniosynostosis I have told you, and we have uploaded the video last night itself. So just go to the section there, right, and you can see the first video itself, that is craniosynostosis, by a topic name craniosynostosis. Okay, right. So now we shall discuss about the arm span. Okay, Sajda, you understood that video? You understood, right? You understood by watching that video? Right. So regarding this arm span, what is arm span? Arm span matlab dekho, what I will do is that I will stretch my hand. I know you can't see both of my hands, hai na? Can you see both of my hands? Can you see the tips of both of my hands? Now look here. ये देखो, arm span matlab tip of this finger, है ना? Tip of the middle finger. From here, if I draw a line all the way till the tip of this middle finger, ये बीच में जो distance है ना, whatever measurement you are getting, that is called as arm span. So I'll show it to you in the form of a diagram. Now, all of you look here. In this image, from the tip of this finger, okay, from the tip of this finger all the way till the tip of another finger, you know, this line whatever I have drawn here, right, this is called as arm span. This one over here is called as arm span. Okay, so we shall discuss the normal arm span values in 3 different scenarios. Okay, what are those 3 different scenarios? Less than 5 years पे कितना होगा? From 10 to 12 years, how much will be the arm span? After 10 years, what will be the arm span? Okay. Now, less than 5 years, 10 to 12 years, and after 10 years. Less than 5 years, arm span is less than the height or length. Less than 5 years मतलब 1 year भी हो सकता है ना, तो 1 year you called as length only. So what you basically do is that you calculate this arm span and you compare it with the vertical height, है ना. Vertical height मतलब you know all the way from the vertex down till the heel, है ना. You compare this vertical line with the horizontal line and see which is greater, which is lesser. So before 5 years arm span will be less than the height or length. ठीक है. At 10 to 12 years of age क्या होगा? You can very easily find it out now. Arm span क्या होगा? Will be equal or more? Equal to height. Now tell me what is there? Arm span is more than this. Arm span is more than the height. Arm span is more than the height. Sir, arm span more than the height matlab the horizontal length is more than the vertical length. How much more? 3 centimeters more. 3 centimeters difference आएगा. Okay, if the arm span is more than 3 centimeters longer than the vertical, it means there is some disorder. Okay, there is some abnormality. What are those abnormalities? We'll see one example. One example here. All of you look here now. All of you look at the example. Here I go. Look at the horizontal line here, which I'm drawing now. Here I go. This horizontal line, which I'm drawing now all the way. You can appreciate this line, guys. Yeah, this horizontal line. You can see the horizontal line is greater than the vertical line. So in this case, arm span is more than the height or arm span is less than the height. Now you will tell me, arm span बताओ, more than the height है कि less than the height है? More, very good. So here the arm span is more than the height. Is more than the height. And you know there are 3 scenarios where arm span is more than the height. Those scenarios are MKH. Now what does this MKH means? M stands for Marfan syndrome. All of you know what is Marfan syndrome, right? Marfan's syndrome, right? You know, Marfan syndrome patients are at Marfan syndromes and Ehlers-Danlos syndromes. These patients are at a higher risk of getting aortic dissections. क्योंकि collagen disorder diseases है ना, so aortic dissections will most commonly happen in them. Right, whatever it is. Marfan syndrome. K stands for Klinefelter syndrome. K stands for Klinefelter syndrome and H stands for homocystinuria. Homocystinuria. In these 3 cases, arm span is greater than the height. अब ये देखो guys, all of you look here. Now look at this. This is a horizontal line और ये vertical line है. Now tell me, arm span is more than height or less than height? बताओ. Arm span here, what I find is arm span is less than the height. Arm span is less than the height. Very good. It is less than the height. You know, there are 2 cases where arm span is less than the height. One case, this is the case of achondroplasia. Achondroplasia. And the second important thing is cretinism. All of you know what is cretinism, right? You saw a patient of Marfan syndrome in the hospital, Sajda? Or outside on the road? In the hospital you have seen? So achondroplasia and cretinism. You know what is cretinism, right? If sufficient during the childhood time, if sufficient amount of thyroxine is not supplied, then this condition you call it as cretinism. Okay? Very good, Akash. Akash answered correctly. Very good. Right? So the last topic we shall be discussing is mid-arm circumference and then we shall close the session. Okay? So the last topic is mid-arm circumference. Very good, guys. So through this entire session, what I felt is you guys have got very good basics. Very good basics and very good. Right. So what is mid arm circumference? Mid arm, middle part of the arm. यहाँ पे circumference को measure करना. This is called mid arm circumference. Why do you measure? To know whether there is a normal development of the muscle or no. Okay. To know the development of what is the difference between height and length? I already told you. Height is a term that is used after 2 years of age. Weight and length is a term that is used before 2 years of age. Okay. Right. So in mid-arm circumference, let us see at birth what will be the mid-arm circumference. I will take a tape, है ना? Tape लेके I will put this tape around my mid part of the arm and then I'll look at the measurement. At the birth, it would be around 9 to 11 centimeters. Okay. Now from 1 year all the way till 5 years, it is constant 16 centimeters. Okay, it is constant, that is 16 centimeters. What is the tape? ये देखो, ये है tape. You can see this tape, right? So in this tape is called as Shakir tape. Shakir tape or Shakir's tape, whatever it is. Shakir's tape or Shakir's tape. You use this, very good Sneha, you use this to look at the mid upper arm circumference. Okay? Now all of you look at this. This is the tape. Now guys, in this tape, can you find some very important readings over here? Very important readings. Readings क्या है? See, if you closely look here, this is 12.5. है ना? What is this value? 12.5. So from all the way, from 12.5 till the end, है ना? This is all the green zone. Green zone मतलब there is normal development of the muscle. The mid arm circumference is normal, है ना? Next important thing. यहाँ पे ये देखो. This one is 11.5. This is 12.5. Matlab, what I can write here? I can write that 11.5 से लेकर 12.5 तक, this is called as yellow, right? This is called as a yellow line. So the child is in the border line. है ना? Next important thing, anything below 11.5. Okay? Anything below 11.5, the child falls in the red zone, which means there is no proper nourishment. Severe malnourished children will lie below 11.5. Well nourished children will lie after 12.5. Clear? So let me write down the overall values. Less than 11.5 centimeters, 11.5 से लेकर 12.5 centimeters, after 12.5 centimeters. Okay. So less than 12.5, you call it as severely malnourished. Severely malnourished. 11.5 से लेकर 12.5 तक, you call it as mild malnourishment. Mild malnourishment, and this is normal. Okay. So all of you have to know. Now I will show you some pictures. You will tell me ये severely malnourished है कि mildly malnourished है, or is it well? ठीक है? You will tell me. Now all of you look at this picture over here. ये picture देख के बताओ what is the value and what is the status of the child here. दिखने में तो normal है, but look at the mid upper arm circumference. अब ये बताओ, is he severely malnourished or normal? Yes, come on. Very good. Severely malnourished. कैसे? How did you tell? Because the value over here is less than 11.5 centimeters. Very good. Very good, Tanvi Patil. Very good, Yash. Sneha, very good. Now look at the second example. ये देखो. Now look at this example. Very good, Sajda. Very good. This is also less than 11.5. That is somewhere around 8.5 है ना, ये देखो 8.5 है value है ना. So again this is also severely malnourished. ठीक है. So guys, where is this? Yeah. So this is all for today. In the next live session we shall discuss much more things. But guys, let me know that should I continue teaching pediatrics? right? You want me to teach the same way, or you want me to change the way I teach? Tell me, along with the basics, everything in detail, you want me to teach, or fatafat I should go? Should I go fastly? We will let you know, Yesh. We will let you know when is the next live. Yeah. Okay, fine. So all of you understood all the things which we discussed today, guys. Each and every part, whatever we have discussed today, you have understood here. Love you too. Right. Fine, guys. So all of you take care, right? And those most of the students who haven't watched, है ना? So most of the students are like this. तू जाके देख ले कैसे बता रहे हैं ना? उसके बाद मैं देख लूंगा. So for those students also, you try sharing the video, है ना? Try sharing the video and let them know also that we are teaching pediatrics, and obviously the sleeping kid is already awake now. Where is the sleeping kid? ये देखो, sleeping kid is already awake, है ना? Now he'll start crying. Before he start crying, it is better that I go out of the live, है ना? So goodbye, guys. Take care, all of you, and I love all of you. Thank you so much for your support, for being with me till this time. So goodbye and take care, and don't forget to revise, and I'll share the notes in the Telegram group also. Goodbye.